Good evening and welcome to the IRL PlayStation F3 League, brought to you in partnership with Nilcode Hall, Gridfinder.com and Driver61. My name is Mark, and alongside me in the commentary booth is Eden. Eden, how are you doing, mate? You looking forward for tonight?
I really am. Good evening, Mark, and good evening, everybody else. I'm looking forward to tonight's race after what was a bit of a chaotic race around the streets of Baku. We're heading tonight to the Yas Marina circuit in Abu Dhabi. It's a particular favourite of mine, I'll have to say. And going into this race, as you can see on the screen, the man to beat at the moment is David 46. He's absolutely flying. 3 wins in the last 4. Is anybody going to stop him, Mark?
Well, we need to see, of course. It's going to be really close at the top, I think. David 14, definitely the guy to beat. He is on form. He's got the 4th podium in a row, and 3 of them are wins. So yeah, I think we will see some competition tonight. I think Tinas will step up. I also think his Ferrari teammate, Emke, he's really got the pace. So I think he will be there as well, if he can keep it clean, of course. And tonight, Adam, we got ourselves a new driver in the F3 League. He's joining F1 Richard in the Williams. His name is Will, and, well, looking at his times, I think he will be right up there as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I think it's going to be really good to watch race.
Yeah, most definitely. And like you pointed out, Emke has shown lightning pace, hasn't he, all season, especially in qualifying. Normally, you can predict he's going to at least be on the front row. He's been that fast. Unfortunately, he's not been able to turn that into a race victory. And he'll probably curse me for bringing that up, but I'm hoping tonight they can find a bit of luck and just at least even if he finishes in the top 5, it would be a real confidence boost for him and Ferrari, I think, because at the moment David 40 is kind of pulling that team along in the constructors championship at the moment. But I also just wanted to point out as well, it was a first podium as well for Towley last week after some penalties what were handed out post race. Towley comes home to pick up his first podium. I think I have to say he deserves that. He's struggled throughout the season, but he's been quite close here and there. And last week he pushed really hard, got some luck with the safety car, and ultimately with penalties got himself a podium. And I think that'll really big his spirits up going into tonight, and hopefully hoping for his sake he can score more good points. As you can see there, Mark, on the constructors, McLaren are leading the way. Ferrari, like I just said, just need a bit of a boost from Emke if they're going to challenge for McLaren for that top spot.
Definitely, but to think about it is Ferrari is only 3 points behind McLaren, with Emke only contributing 6 points to that. So all the other points are from David 40. So my guess is whenever Emke start to finish in the positions where he should be on pace, I think Ferrari will be the team to beat. They're looking really fast. And, well, David looks very consistent as well. If Emke can get the consistency, I think Ferrari will be the favorites to take the Constructors' title this season. But you never know. Michael Lutke and O. Stevens so far has done a really, really good job. But I guess we'll find out pretty soon, because this qualifying has started. So let's see what the guys will do. Yeah, I think it will be a close qualifying. Most of the times it is around Abu Dhabi. But yeah, let's see what the guys can do. There we go.
I'm going to say, what would you do right about now? Would you go straight for a run on the softs, or would you want to get a feel for the track first?
Around this track, I would just go straight out on the softs. I think the softs, the medium is, in my opinion, the far superior race tire. So yeah, I would say just go out on the softs and try to get into your rhythm. Do a banker lap on the first run. Do the banker and see where you are, and try to improve from there on.
It's interesting, Mark, as we talk about the tyres. The majority of the field are looking to favour the medium tyre early on, which is quite interesting. You've got a whole host of cars coming out onto the medium tyre, except our current championship leader. He's pretty much gone with how you've said, straight onto a set of soft tyres. But you've got the likes of O'Stephen, Michael Lutke, F1 Richard. They're all out on medium tyres. So David 46 will be hoping to set a time early on for people to beat and really boost his confidence.
Yeah, definitely. And well, good evening to everyone in the chat. And well, to start off with the chat, let us know, what is your expectations for this qualifying? What do you guys think will be the pole time tonight, and who will take it? Including you, Adam, what do you think? Who do you think will get the pole? And do you have any clue about the pole time? Or
I'm not sure about pole time, I'll be honest, but going back on what I was saying, I can't look away from either David 46 or MK. I'll probably more favour MK. Just MK's one lap pace this season has been absolutely phenomenal, and I can't wait to see what they do this evening. Probably MK, I've probably put the jinx on them and they'll have a terrible race, and I apologise for that. But MK is on their way now for their first run on a set of soft tyres into the first corner, so MK away to go on his first run.
well, we definitely keep an eye out on MK then. I'm riding with Michael Lutke. He's the first guy to set a time. He's out on the mediums, but I'm just following him to see what lines he is taking and to see what the first lap of this session will be. Let's see. Alex in the chat says Messi is going to make a huge comeback today. Of course, Messi. Well, I really hope it for him. If he can stay where he is right now, P2. I know there isn't. He hasn't done a lap yet, but that would be really good for him because he's been unlucky. He's been a bit unlucky. He has been losing out while he was in good positions. So yeah, I would like to see him doing well. So far, Michael Lutke is in Sector 2. He's entering Sector 3 shortly. Let's see how he can tackle this corner. It's really tricky to lock up the tire, and it's easy to outbrake yourself right here, but he managed to do it really clean. Short shift up to 4th gear. Again, the short shift to get the best traction possible into the final 2 corners. And what will the first time of today will be? It's going to be a 36.9.
Oh, wow. MK, I believe, sorry Mark, MK would have gone much quicker. He was sideways round the final corner, and David 46 slots behind. MK has done a phenomenal first lap, but I believe MK lost at least 2, maybe 3/10 that final corner. He did very well to hold on to that. Pretty much Tokyo drift star around the final corner. So MK really setting the first banker of the evening, and seeing the new guy, Wales. What is it, Wales?
Yeah, it's Will. I think it's Will to pronounce
Will.
it, but it's a really good
Will.
lap time.
It is on the medium tyre as well, which is pretty phenomenal. That to say, you look at the likes of Tinas on a 36.4 behind him on a set of softs. So Will is, yeah, setting a banker tonight and showing the guys what he can do. And David 46 will probably not be too happy knowing there might be another guy up there challenging for his sort of position.
Yeah, definitely, and I think he won't be happy with his lap as well. He's a full second off his own teammate. I don't think that's where he wants to be. But yeah, of course he can do another 2 runs, see where he can improve, and I'm sure he will find the time he is looking for. Let's see if we can find a driver who is on a hot lap. I think O'Stephen is on his medium tires. Let's ride aboard with him. In Sector 3, he's got MK right in front of him. He goes out of the way, but I hope for O'Stephen it wasn't a big distraction for him. What will the time of O'Stephen be? I don't think it will be a really good lap time now. It's a 38.4. Yeah, I think he will be looking to improve from there. If I were him, I would just see it as a banker lap and work from there.
I'm just riding on board, Mark, with JPH 99. He had a really good race last time out in Baku. Finished second after penalties. JPH in the Alpine will be really encouraged by that. He's on a set of medium tyres as well, so there's a lot of guys already out there on a set of medium tyres. It'll be very interesting to see where JPH can slot himself. Can he get close to Wales' time of a 1:36.1. That would be impressive from JPH. JPH coming into sector 3 now, Mark. And yeah, are you a little surprised with the amount of medium runners we've had so far?
Well, I will be surprised if they stay on the mediums. I think they will go to the softs at the end of this qualifying session. Although Rens in the chat is saying medium, soft is the OP strategy. I haven't tried it myself. I think the one stop is faster anyway, and the tire wear is not too hard around here. I think for myself, I raced last Monday in the F1 League and I pitted for mediums on lap 6 because of a safety car, and I could easily finish the race. So on tire wear, I think the one stop will be quicker. While saying that, the guy who overtook me at the final stages did a 2-stop. So maybe it's just because I'm not fast enough. Let's see about that. For tonight, JPH puts his Alpine in P8 with a 38.4, almost the same that time as a Jolly in P9. But I do expect to see some guys coming out now on the soft tires. I'm watching JP in the Merc at the moment in the soft. He is starting his lap now, and let's see what he can do this lap. I will ride aboard with him and see what his time will be.
I'm going to keep an eye on Wales. Wales now come out on a set of soft tyres after doing that very impressive laps. MK also back out on a brand new set of soft tyres, so it's hotting up at the top end of this qualifying.
Yeah, my guess would be the quali time, the pole time will be around the 35.6, which is really impressive in my opinion. I think that will be a really good time. But let's see.
Oh, hang on, sorry, MK has crashed. MK has crashed and hit a barrier, and it's before the second DRS straight, Mark, and he's took the entire front wing off. I wondered why there was a yellow flag flashing and the Ferrari was buried into the wall. So MK has ruined this run. I don't know what happened there, but MK's luckily not out of this session, and he's going to have to quickly find his way back into the pits and get that front wing changed.
Yeah, he needs to just take it easy now and take his time to get back. He's got plenty of time to do another run, but if he just wants to be quick too soon, it's so easy to put it in the wall. In sector 3, it's easily done. JP, however, manages to do sector 3 really cleanly. The last couple of corners now, the last two right-handers. Let's see what his first time will be. He will be crossing the line in a 36.8. But I think there was an invalidation there which I didn't see because he's still in P16. So I am sorry for that, but 36.8 would have brought him around P4. So I think the pace is there. So he will be trying to get back into the pits, some new tires on, and get back out there.
We've got Whale now on a hot lap in second place, looking to dislodge Emke from the top. It was a bit of a scruffy first sector, clobbering over some curbs, but Wales seems to be improving quite a bit and he's gone purple second sector. So Wales now on a charge. Can he nail this final sector now and put that Williams car at the very sharp end of this qualifying in that provisional pole position? Few more corners. Oh, he's just gone a little deep there just before he goes into the hotel section. I particularly like this hotel section. It's quite tricky and you've got to really nail it if you're going to get a lap time out of here. But here we go, final corner. Can Wales do it? Oh, he's a bit sideways, similar to MK, but he does do it, and it's pretty much 2/10 ahead of MK, and I think it was very similar, Mark, to how MK finished his flying lap. So I think Will's got time in hand there, but he's looking like he's going to be a hot customer on his debut tonight.
Yeah, definitely, but it's so easy to do when you're coming out of the last corner and you just want to be on the throttle as soon as possible, but yeah, when you go a little bit too soon, you will get a snap oversteer, and you will lose some time, but his time is good. It's a 35.6. It's a really good lap, and well, Emke is out on the out lap now on new tires, so it will be kind of interesting to see what he can do now. To be fair, I said a 35.5, 35.6 for pole time, so I got that right at the moment at least. But let's see what Emke can do, because we know he is a qualifying beast. He can do those times as well, and I wouldn't be surprised if he can nick this pole position from Will. But the thing that's really surprising me is the gap behind Will and Emke. The gap is pretty big. It's half a second, a little bit more. So the other guys, they just need to find some more time to close the gap to the top two.
Yeah.
But of course, in race trim it can be completely different.
And you talk about big gap, Mark. Look at 6 down. There was 36.9 for Louis, and then F1 Richards is just improved, but it's a 37.4 for F1 Richards. So 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th are a little bit off of Louis in 6th place. Michael Luckley, just to update you, did improve. It slotted him up into P4, and David 46 also improved, but not quite as close as his teammate. As Emke now is on a flying lap. I'll let you take it away, Mark.
Yeah, I'm riding aboard with him now. He's into turn 3 at the moment. Taking it really nicely into the tricky chicane. He's taking it in 4th, then drops down to 3rd gear. Let's see if he can nail the hairpin. It's always a tricky one. He takes a lot of curb on the inside. That's interesting to see, but his exit is okay. So he's on the first straight now. Let's see what he can do. We got a big Tinus fan in the chat. Darcy just said, good luck Tinus, love ya. So spreading the love is always good to see. Emke on the 2nd straight. He will be entering a sector 3 pretty soon. Is he improving? Let me check. What will be his sector time be? He's almost identical to his first lap. So he needs to get sector 3 completely right to be close, or at least closer to Will in P1. Sector 3 is all important now for Emke. He needs to nail it. There are some yellow flags, but that's all gone. There was just a slower driving car, I think. In the hotel section.
Oh.
It looks really clean so far. But yeah, it's always so hard to tell from this camera angle. Let's see, he is coming up to... Oh, no, no, no. He backs out of his lap, I think. Yeah, 1.1 second slower than his own time. So, I bet Emke will be kicking himself.
Just to let you know of a bit of an update, Mark. Tinus has improved. Tinus jumps up ahead of David 46 into 3rd place. A decent lap from Tinus, a 1:36.1. That puts him 2/10 ahead of David 46. He'll be pretty happy with that, I'm sure, to get himself on the 2nd row, because excuse me, at the minute mark it doesn't look like the front row is going to change. These two seem to be in a bit of a class of their own, and then it's a fight for 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th, and Stephen jumping up there into 7th place with a 37.0, not too far behind Louis in 6th.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm a bit surprised of the big gaps in this qualifying session. I expected the guys to be a lot closer to each other. Of course, we cannot see everything, so maybe some guys made mistakes what we missed. That is possible, of course, but yeah, Jolly Joe just crossing the line. He was 3/10 slower in sector 3. Yeah, that's not a really good time for him. So he will stay in P13, because I don't think he can do another lap in this qualifying session. What will be interesting to see is, well, maybe Louis can surprise. You know, at the start of the season, he looked really fast, but then as the season progressed, I think his momentum kind of faded away. So I'm hoping for Louis he can get it back now, and he's on his outlap. He's got new softs, so maybe he can improve on his own time and make the jump up to the top 5.
Going to be asked though, Mark, because JP in the Mercedes has just set his best lap of the evening and has dislodged Louis in 6th place, and he's done a 36.4. That's pretty much half a second ahead of Louis. So Louis, if he's going to even take 6th place, he's got one hell of a lap he needs to do shortly. But yeah, Mark, we've got not long left now. They're about to do their final runs. Is Whale going to hold on to it? Enki doesn't look like he's coming out. So can anybody dislodge Whale, and are we going to have any more upsets further up the field?
To be fair, I think with this current timings we are seeing, I think Will got it. I think Will got his first pole position in the first race in Invictus Racing League, and that would be incredible, an incredible performance for the Williams driver. Tina just goes into the pits, but David 40. Oh, legendary, got a 5-place grid penalty collision with Jolly Joler. Well, to be fair, he only loses 1 position. Now I can imagine the law from Darcy for Tinas, because basically Tina said if he ends in the top 3, he brings cake to work tomorrow. So I bet Darcy is a colleague of Tina's. So
can Tinas bring us some cake in the commentary box?
Well, that would be really good. That would be good. I would enjoy that. So Tinas, if you watch this back and you hear this, where is our cake, man? Come on. David 40, back to the qualifying. I'm thinking about cake now. David 40, he's in sector 2. Is he improving? Let's see what he can do in the Ferrari. He will be looking to get at least closer to his own teammate in P2. Because this track is kind of tricky to overtake when the car in front of you is in the DRS. So you don't want to be in the middle of a pack because the DRS terrain is there on this track. David 40, just a little bit of an improvement in sector 2. So as it stands, I don't think that will be enough to get more in front. But let's see what he can do. Sector 3, just done the hotel section, last 2 corners to the right, the last 2 right-handers. It looks really clean. Can he improve? He will be crossing the line in a 35.9. He improved quite a bit, but it is not enough to get himself into the top 3. Tinas will keep the 3rd position.
I have to feel for Michael Lutke. He was on a good lap, just around a 10th faster. Oh, there we go, look. Well, absolutely nailing it once again. 135.3. What a lap, and that's putting half a second ahead of second place. Very impressive stuff. Can he convert that to a win shortly? We'll soon see. But yeah, going back to Michael, he was about a 10th up into the final sector, ran a little too deep, got all over the curve, and that was the end of it. He backed off, and unfortunately for Michael, 5th place is where he will start from. He'll be a little frustrated, but I'm sure he could still manage to do something from that position tonight.
Definitely, but will his teammate? I just did my research, and if he is done this time in Monday's equal F1 League, he would be in P4 on the grid.
Wow.
That's an immense time and a really good performance from Will. It's a really good time. I think he will be the favorite for today's win if he can keep it on track, because this track, it is so hard to stay consistent, especially in turn 2 and turn 3 when your tires are getting a bit worn out. Your rear just tries to kill you, basically. It just tries to step out, and you need to nurse the throttle to keep the car planted on the track. But with qualifying, he will get his pole position in his first race is at the Invictus Racing League. Emke in the Ferrari driver, the qualifying beast in P2. Tinas in P3. Well, the colleagues will be happy with that. This brings some cake, hopefully for tomorrow. David 40 P4, Michael Lutke in P5, JP P6, Louis P7, O Steven in P8, Taudi, our podium finisher from last race in P9, Bruce Lee Hart in P10, Efron Richard P11, Kost Messi P12, JPH P13, Jolly P14, Legendary P15, but he will get the grid penalty. And Sir Spud in P16. And unfortunately for Spud, I just seen him in the chat. He had some issues with his pedals. So I believe he is racing on the pad for tonight. So yeah, some issues there for Sir Spud, but hopefully he can fix it for the race start. He got a couple of seconds now. So yeah, let's see what this race will bring. What are your expectations, Adam? Do you think we'll be just driving away, or do you think we will see a battle for the win?
Well, as you probably could predict, it's dry weather here in Abu Dhabi, so they don't have to worry too much about that. But Whale has certainly shown one lap pace is incredible, similar to MK, how he's been this season. I'd be very curious to see if he can nail that in the race as well. If he can break that 1 second toe and pull a gap early on, then this is definitely his race to lose. It'd be fascinating to see if any of the guys shortly behind can hang on to the back of him early on and stay within DRS. It'd be quite fascinating to be honest. I'm going to have to say Whale for the win at the moment, simply because that was very impressive in qualifying, just about half a second quicker than second place. So yeah, I can't wait to see who's going to do what. I'm going to let you know shortly as well, Mark, what the guys outside the top 10 are doing, and I'll be able to tell you right now. So the guys outside the top 10, interesting thing here, Mark, everybody outside the top 10, apart from Cost Messi and Spud, are on soft tyres, where Cost Messi and Spud are on the medium tyres. So nobody thinking going anywhere near those hard tyres. So it should be a fast-paced start with the majority of field on those red-banded soft tyres.
Yeah, I think most of the guys are just trying to stay close to the group in front of them to stay in the DRS. But if I was starting at the back, I think I would have gone for the mediums. Just bring them along and then go to the softs at the end and unleash the power you have, the power advantage you have then compared to all the other drivers. But yeah, I think they prefer to just stay close to the group and yeah, work their way up in the race, do some overtaking. So yeah, to be honest, it's much better for us to watch now because we will see more close racing, I think, and that's always good for us. So I'm looking forward for this race now, and the start will be crucial for Will. Can he get a clean start? Or will Emke or Tinas maybe get a better start, get a better traction off the line, and will be leading the race? Everything is possible. It's a really tricky turn one. It's such a short straight for the first corner. But in P2, if you get a good start for Emke, you are right up there on the inside. And yeah, if you just brake a little bit later, Will cannot turn in. So yeah, Rens is saying no predictions for the win or the podium, can really go either way. Yeah, I do agree, mate. I think if Will can keep it on track, he will be the favorite because of his advantage in quali. But yeah, maybe his setup is just based on qualifying. Let's see. In my experience, there's quite a big difference in quali pace and race pace around this track. So let's see the cars lining up now. So let's hope we have a really good race tonight, and I hope everyone who is watching will enjoy themselves. This is the IRL PlayStation F3 League, brought to you in partnership with Nilcode Hall, gridfinder.com and driver 61. As we see the last guys get the cars in position. And who will get a clean start? Let's see, can we see the lights? Not yet. I think the lights are on. Five red lights, I believe. And we are underway in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Looks like Will got a really good start, better than Emke at least. So he will take the lead into turn one. Behind him, there's a lot of stuff happening with the Red Bull, and McLaren and a Ferrari out of the track. Going 2 or maybe even 3 wide in turn 3. And Bruce Lee Harding gets the move done on Michael Lutke. That's a really good move. And he is promoted into P6. Cos Messi unfortunately left the race, so I hope he can will get back into this lobby. Louis gets a better traction out of the hairpin. And he gets a Michael Lutke.
Oh, what a move. Sorry, Mark. Tinas has just done a great move on MK for second place down to that first chicane. And MK now drops down to third place. Can he get him back here with the drag behind? And unfortunately, no. But Tinas, fantastic start for Tinas. And this would be perfect for Wales because Wales already pulled out a second gap to second place. If these two are fighting behind for second place, this is a great opportunity for Wales to open up that gap as MK all out of shape onto the curb then loses some time to Tinas. So fantastic start for Tinas here on the opening lap.
Yeah, definitely, but the gap is already there. Will open the gap over 1 second in the first lap. So yeah, Tinas will be looking to close it down to get the DRS whenever it's there. And as I'm saying that, he was just under the second. We see a lot of guys just going wide at corners. David 40.
Oh, Tinas. Sorry, Tinas has lost it somewhere.
Oh,
at the final
no.
corner. Tinas lost it at the final corner. He's in the pits. I have just got on board with him, facing the wrong way. He's managed to get across the grass. I don't know if he's hit the barriers or what, but unfortunately, after the great move, he's had damage to his front wing, so front wing change for Tinas. So Spud also in the pits for a front wing as well. So yeah, I did not see what happened there, Mark, but Tinas unfortunately has dropped to the back of the field now, and MK is back up into second place. But look at that gap, Mark. It's nearly 3 seconds on lap 2.
Yeah, this gap is insane. He's on fire. He's the guy to beat today, and he is just showing all the other drivers like, hey, I'm here, I'm new, and I'm going to take this. So yeah, it will be tough to beat him. And I really do feel for Tinas. I think he really didn't want to bring cake to work. Nah, all jokes aside, I think he was just pushing a bit too hard to stay within the DRS range of Will. Coming out of the last corner, we've seen some oversteer moments in qualifying. I think he's done exactly the same. Just under power a bit too early, and he lost the rear. That must have been the issue. I didn't see it, unfortunately, but that must be what happened there. For now, sorry there.
Go on. I was just about to say, I have to say, it's going to get very interesting for second place now. JP in the Mercedes is really pushing MK now. It's going to within half a second, and David 46 just behind. He's trying to hang on as Will takes the fastest lap of the race so far. Not surprising. So yeah, MK won't have that DRS, what we talked about earlier. So if JP can nail these next few corners, MK could be under some serious pressure for second place.
Yeah, definitely, and we'll be keeping an eye out on that. For now, I'm riding aboard with Louis. He is closing in on Bruce Lee Harding in the Alpine, only 2 tenths behind. So he will be looking to get the overtake done, because if he is not getting it done now, Michael Lutke behind him in the McLaren will say, okay, you have your shot, I will take it now, and I will do the overtake. So let's see, I think Louis get the overtake done quite easily here under DRS on the first straight. Yeah, he got the move done, but Bruce Lee Harding, if I'm correct, will get the DRS on the second straight now. Should be opening right now. And there we go, already side by side with Louis. He will just take the position back, and Bruce Lee Harding back into P5. That's some good racing there. Good and respectful racing, and there's the first DRS train forming behind Bruce Lee Harding.
The battle for second place is heating up, and unfortunately JP, who got it between 2 tenths, has just run slightly wide and all over the curves, and he's lost at least half a second to 6 tenths of a second, which has allowed David 46 to get back within DRS range of the Mercedes, which is really unfortunate for JP, because this lap he worked really hard to get onto the gearbox of MK, and that's pretty much giving MK a bit of breathing room for the moment. But yeah, JP stuck in a Ferrari sandwich at the moment. He'll be trying his hardest to get back close up to MK, but he's going to have to start looking behind as well, because David 46 is closing, as JP has now dropped out of DRS, so David 46 might have an opportunity here.
Yeah, it's well, JP is back into the DRS now. Is on 9-10, so hopefully for him he can stay in the DRS zone, because otherwise I think he will be a sitting duck for David 40. He will only need one chance and he will take it. Let's see what will David 40 do. I think he will be driving to the back of Emke and he will try and move in the second DRS straight. At least that's what I would do. So let's see, what is he going to do?
Oh, we've got it. We've got a great battle between Louis and Bruce Lee Harding, and we've got a yellow flag somewhere as well. I'm just flicking through to see who it might have been, and
it's the Red Bull of Louis.
It is, yeah. Go on, Mark.
Yeah, I think Louis just lost it. I didn't watch it on the screen, but he just lost the car, and that's really unfortunate for him. Meanwhile, as you mentioned, Bruce Lee Harding was fighting again. They basically did the same thing, but then Louis has lost out, and it's just unfortunate. I couldn't see what happened there. Let's see. Yeah, he's got some wing damage, so he will need to go into the pits to get a brand new front wing, and that will cost a lot of time, of course. So that's really very unfortunate for the Red Bull driver. Down into P14, needs to go into the pits. So yeah, he will be hoping for a safety car. For now, I'm riding aboard of Michael Lutke in the McLaren. He is almost pushing everyone Richard. He's got a lot of overspeed into turn 2, into turn 3. Will he get a move done in the first DRS straight? Because if he is doing it in the first straight, we will see the exact same thing again. And Richard will have the DRS on the second one. And that's a part where I'm a bit wrong, because Richard will have the DRS anyway.
So Spud has crashed on the second to last corner, Mark, and he's brought a safety car out.
Oh.
Second to last corner, he's lost the front right wheel, is hanging off the car. Similar area where Tina's in fact crashed. Tina's back into the pits, and oh dear, Emke, look at that. Drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. That is a disaster, especially under safety car. He's going to end up having to fall right to the back of the grid. But what this is going to do, it's going to bring Whale back to the other guys. He was opening a 4-second gap. That's going to dissipate very shortly, and that's desperately unlucky for Emke, isn't it? He was in a strong position in second place, and now he's going to have to serve that drive-through penalty.
Yeah, I must say, Emke, it's not been his season so far. He's had a lot of issues in races, and while Tines picks up a 3-second time penalty, that was unfortunate for him as well, because at the time the safety car comes out, he was actually in the pits, while Emke is continuing out on track. What is this strategy then?
That's bizarre.
Yeah, he needed to serve that penalty, because he will only harm himself even more now, because he needs to come in. And then he needs to come in again for new tires.
Are you able to serve a drive-through penalty under safety car conditions? Oh, Jolly has been just... What is going on there, Mark? Jolly is now... Oh, I can see what's happened there. I've just flicked over to Jolly, and he's gone in deep at the pit entry, and he's hit the pit entry wall and blocked the wall, blocked the entry, unfortunately, and it's disqualified him from the race, which is really unlucky. So we've lost Jolly in bizarre circumstances, and I was just going to ask you, can you serve a drive-through penalty under safety car conditions? I'm not entirely sure you can. If you can't, then Emke might be in more trouble with what's about to happen.
I've got some information about that, because Ghost in the chats, he just let us know you cannot serve it under safety car. So he has to wait until green flags. So but he should have pitted anyway for new tires, I think. Yeah. Because now, after the safety car, he needs to do the penalty, and then the lap after the safety car, he needs to come in again for new tires.
Yeah. So he's gonna have to rely on another safety car to get him back in this race. Unfortunately, now it's going to drop him probably to last place down with Tines. Unfortunately.
Yeah, but Tines is on the mediums. He can get him to the end. It's lap 6. As I mentioned earlier in the stream, I did the one-stop soft to medium in Monday's race from lap 6. So Martinez can get it to the end. And he is right up the pack again. And we saw earlier in this race and in the qualifying, he's got the pace. So it will be interesting to see what Martinez can do. He needs to get the overtakes done as soon as possible and drive, well, at least into the points again. But yeah, it's easier said than done, of course. But for now, because Messi, his car is in P3, I'm not completely sure if he is in yet, because we saw a disconnection from him in the beginning of the race.
I don't think he is, Mark. On my screen, his car is ghosted, which normally indicates he's not in the session. So for me, he's here but not. And unfortunately, Joly has left the session after that really desperately unlucky situation there for him. He was trying to get, I think he was just trying to get his car out of the predicament he got himself into, and the game thought he was deliberately blocking the pit lane, which obviously was not the case. So that's really unlucky. But yeah, hopefully, Mark, we should have the safety car in this lap, I'd imagine, and with Whale in second place, effectively first place, with Emke having to do those two pit stops eventually. You've got JP who will jump into second place with David 46 into third place. So David 46 will be hoping to try and jump JP just for the championship stakes and get himself into second place. He'll know that Wales not in the championship at the moment, so if he can get a solid second place tonight, he'll be absolutely delighted.
Yeah, definitely, and maybe that's the reason why Emke is staying out. Maybe it's part of the Ferrari master plan. He's just trying to hold up Will as long as he can do, because the guys behind Will, they can attack him. So maybe that's part of the plan. Emke is staying out. But yeah, let's see safety car in this lap, so we will find out pretty soon. But that's the only thing I can imagine why he didn't pick new tires. But let's see who will have the best safety car. When will Emke go on the throttle? And will be able to get the move done ASAP, because it's critical for him to overtake Emke rather sooner than later. I think it's race critical for him, because if he is losing out, there are a lot of guys behind him who he needs to fight then. Let's see. Safety car restart. I'm riding aboard with Emke right now to see how he can do it. Oh no, he is really wide, so that will be Will into P1. And also JP, what's happening here?
I don't know, Emke, I don't know if he's lost brake pressure or something, or he's got an issue here, because Emke went straight off at turn 1 and didn't even look like he could stop the car. So this race is just going from bad to worse, unfortunately, for Emke, and it's just deja vu, isn't it, Mark? Once again, race day and everything going against Emke. But yeah, look at the gap already we've got between Whale and JP. That's incredible. What, 5-6 corners, and Whale's already open 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, I think JP got a bit surprised with everything that happened at the same time, because I saw his car really slow right at the restart, and Will just said thank you, I'll put the throttle down and I will take that gap. Yeah, this is the perfect restart for Will. He got the gap back. It's like 1.3 seconds right now, and he will be start to create the gap again. David 40, he is battling Bruce Lee Harding. And he's got to move down. P3 for David 40. And Bruce Lee Harding runs wide. Michael Lutke will be getting the move done. Yes, he does. P4 for Michael. That's good stuff. That's a good effort. And Bruce Lee is immediately back under pressure from, well, I was about to say Cos Messi, but he is not here. So I'm going to say F1 Richard, because everyone is so close right now.
Oh, Michael's lost it!
I've just seen it.
Oh, it's pretty much the same place, I believe, where Spud, Tinas and Joly lost it, as well as Emke comes into the pits now. But yeah, Michael unfortunately lost it, and luckily enough though, it was just a front wing damage. He's able to carry on, but that is disaster for the McLaren driver, and his teammate only down in P9 at the moment. So there's an opportunity here, Mark, for Ferrari to capitalise with David 46 in third place right now.
Yeah, definitely. David, he's got the pressure now because he needs to get as many as points for the drivers, but also for the Constructors' Championship because his teammate Emke is in P13, and well, he's going to need another safety car to get back into this race because otherwise I cannot see it happening to get points for Emke. But yeah, anything is possible, I think. So let's see. Louis just got to move down on O'Steven. Well, that was kind of to expect because Louis is on the soft tire while O'Steven put on the hard tire. He's the only driver on the grid who went to the hards, which is kind of surprising for me because the mediums can easily take it to the end. Maybe he just wants to play it safe, or maybe just his tire wear is not good enough.
Louis is locked in for a two-stop if I'm right. He started on the soft tyres, he's on a new set of soft tyres, so yeah, Louis going to have to pit again, so he needs to get a move on Louis. If he's going to make this work, he needs to find the pace now and build a gap to the likes of O'Steven behind and make this strategy work, because he'll have to come in later for a second medium tyres. It'll be interesting to see how that strategy works.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Meanwhile, the gap between Will and JP, it's almost 5 seconds, Alan.
Wow.
Will is not going to give this away, I think. If he can keep it on the black stuff, that he's going to take this win. I know it's really early and I hope I don't jinx it now for him, but he's got the pace. So far, he's got the consistency. So yeah, he just needs to do his own race and focus on not crashing out, and that win is his. I'm riding aboard with Taudi, who got his first podium in last week's race. He's in P6 now, but he is following F1 Richard pretty close.
Oh, sorry. O'Steven has almost lost it on those hard tyres. Owl had to shape of the second DRS straight, and that's allowed Tinas and S&P Legendary to close up. S&P Legendary has closed up. Tinas has got the move done. Tinas back up into 9th place now. He's on the medium tyres. O'Steven, I just don't believe those hard tyres are that great. He tried to put the power down, and the car just was squirming and going all over the track, and it was an easy move for Tinas. And unfortunately for O'Steven, I just don't believe this hard tyre strategy is working.
No, I think it will take too long of a time to get the tires up to the proper temperatures. And whenever you got them there, you are facing guys on mediums which are just quicker. So I think O'Steven might have made the wrong call here, but I've said it before, O'Steven can surprise us. You know, we never saw him coming. I think it was it last race in Baku when he got his podium?
Yeah.
And he was just, at the end of the race, there was snap and he was there. And he nicked the podium while we didn't see it coming. So maybe he can do it again. Everything's still on. But yeah. Yeah, Rens is saying. Will just said, shut up, Jeff. And he is just listening to some Metallica and is cruising to the finish. I think you might be right there. He's like, leave me to it.
Interesting, I have to say, at this stage of the race, Mark, it's not been a comfortable run for David 46 on those medium tyres. You remember, he was within a second of JP before the safety car. He's stretched out to nearly 3 seconds off JP now, so he's really not enjoying this stage of the Grand Prix. Luckily, as he's just run wide David 46 there, so he's not enjoying these tyres whatsoever. And he's got to be careful because Bruce Lee Harding is gaining on him. He's down at 1.2 seconds now, and he's also dragging along F1 Richard, Cowley, JPH as well. So David 46 could be under some pressure in the next few laps from those guys behind, because he just doesn't seem to have any pace right now.
Definitely, and Bruce Lee Harding will give it everything to get into the 1 second, because if he is not doing it, he is the only guy in his train to not have the DRS, and you definitely don't want that. So he will be trying everything, but I think Bruce Lee cannot make it. 1.4 seconds right now, only a couple of corners to go. He needs a mistake from David to get closer, but we know David. He is clean, he's consistent. He don't make any kind of mistakes like that. But F1 Richard, he is lining up to do the overtake. Out of the hairpin, on the throttle, and he will have the DRS on Bruce Lee Harding. Will he get the move done on the first straight, or will he wait for the second one? And there he goes up to the inside, and he will get the move done even before the braking zone. So yeah, that's F1 Richard into P4. Can Bruce Lee Harding fight back with the second DRS? He is completely out of ERS, only 6% left, so that's not ideal for him. While F1 Richard has plenty to use. So yeah, Bruce Lee Harding in the LP might have just pushed a bit too hard to get closer to David. And yeah, he will not be in a happy place right now, because JPH only 4 tenths behind his own teammate, and he will be really wanting to get past as soon as possible to stay close to F1 Richard, because otherwise Richard is just driving away. The gap from between Richard to Bruce Lee Harding is half a second, 6 tenths right now. So JPH just wants to get a move done. I'm sure he's on the radio right now asking to get past.
Sorry, Mark. The second to last corner tonight is proving really difficult for a lot of people. Louis has lost it there now, and he's now coming into the pits for what I would just... Yeah, he's got no front wing either. Louis is retired from the session, unfortunately. So Louis out of this race, really unfortunate. I just seen the car sideways into the second last corner, and what is that, like the third or fourth car we've seen really struggling around there this evening, and unfortunately for Louis, that is race over. I just wanted to point out, never mind, I was just pointing out, we talked about Emke having to pit. He's only just pitted now, taking off those soft tyres he started on. Emke into the pits now for what should be his one and only pit stop, and he'll be hoping now for another safety car. With 15 laps left, he's quite a way off the guys in the point playing position.
Yeah, meanwhile, Bruce Lee Harding is lining up to do the overtake on F1 Richard. Can he get it done? Under braking, yes, he got the move done, but F1 Richard is still really close, only 2 tenths, so he will be looking to fight back as soon as possible. Can F1 Richard maybe do the move in Sector 3? It's a really tricky part to get it done, but tricky, that's not impossible, so it is possible to do the move, but yeah, he cannot do it right now. He's just not close enough, and he needs to be looking behind him to JPH, but it's only a 1/10 gap between F1 Richard and JPH at the moment. Will he be sending it to the inside of turn 1? No, he plays the more clever way, and he will just stick behind and wait for the DRS zone. And you know what? I think we could have seen Bruce Lee Harding loses 2 positions on the DRS straight. Sorry, Ellen, what's happened?
SMP Legendary has lost it at the final corner. SMP Legendary was all over the back of O'Stephen. I don't know if there was any collision with O'Stephen. I'm not sure. Maybe just pushing too hard. But SMP Legendary is going again. Doesn't look like he's got any front wing damage. Unfortunately for him, he's dropped 8 seconds off the back of O'Stephen. Got some hectic battle there for 4th place.
Yeah, definitely. JPH just got the move done on F1 Richard. He is back behind his own teammate, and he is trying to get the move done on the straight now. Can he get it done? Not yet. No, he's not close enough, because you just don't want to dive bomb your own teammate, of course. So yeah, he needs to wait another lap, but he is really close. He is pushing, and the gap between David 40 and P4 of Bruce Lee Harding at the moment is just getting bigger and bigger. This plays into the hand of the championship leader in the Ferrari, and well, he will be laughing seeing this. Both the Alpine cars are battling pretty hard, and I think Bruce Lee Harding is holding JPH up a bit now. But yeah, I assume there are no team orders at Alpine for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, but I'm pretty sure JPH will get the move done on the next DRS straight. If you are watching right now and you enjoy the racing in the Invictus Racing League, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel to see plenty of more racing action throughout the week, and it's highly appreciated. So yeah, please like and subscribe to the channel. Can we see JPH get a move done on Bruce Lee Harding? We see the red lights flashing on the Alpine of Bruce Lee, so he is out of any ERS, while JPH has plenty to use. He's got the move done, and I think he will be running away with it now.
Towley and F1 Richard not far behind. Oh, Towley all out of shape there. Towley slightly tapped F1 Richard going into the braking zone there. Thought he was going to get the move done, but look who's coming behind. Tinas, who had that issue right at the beginning of the race, has found himself in this battle, this mega battle for what is P4 now. So can Tinas score himself some good points here as his first person he'll be trying to overtake is Towley in the Mercedes.
Yeah, but don't forget Tinas, he will be kicking himself for getting already 6 seconds up to time penalties. So yeah, it will be a difficult task for him to get even further up the grid with this time penalties, because he needs a safety car, I think, to get into like the top 4. But if there's a safety car, the whole grid will be bunched together, and his 6 seconds, that will do him no good, I'm afraid. So I think Tinas, if nothing weird happens in this race, he will be looking for around P8 finish, as high as achievable for him. But oh no, one of the LPs I think lost it. JP. Yeah, it was a really weird line. I just saw it on the edge of my screen. But Bruce Lee Harding, can he get the move done now? He is still out of ERS, so I don't think he can do it. He's got the overspeed, but just not at the last part of the straight. He just cannot do the move. Maybe on the second DRS straight, but JPH got the better traction out of it. So that's the chance gone for Bruce Lee Harding. And JPH will just need to rewind stuff and get back to it and start closing in David in P3. So we are just over the halfway point. I think this is a good moment to ask our viewers to leave the predictions, the top 3 of the race. Who will finish on the podium? Let us know. Let us know who you think who was going to win, who will get P2, who will get P3. While O. Steven unfortunately picks up a 3-second time penalty. That's unfortunate for him.
Tinas has got the move done on Towley last lap, and Tinas now on the hunt for F1 Richard, and he almost outbrakes himself into the back of the Williams car. F1 Richard misses the apex there, so Tinas is absolutely flying here. Like you say, it's such a shame he's got those penalties, because Tinas at the moment out of this group is looking the quicker of the guys right now, so Tinas will be really furious he's got those penalties, but he'll be hoping to take any advantage he can, and if he can get past some of these guys, and these guys perhaps DNF will pick up their own penalties, then he's in the right position to claim them. So Tinas with the DRS will be able to get anything done, but unfortunately for him, F1 Richard will have DRS as well. But here comes Tinas. Is he going to send it down the inside? He certainly is, you know. What a move. Oh, but Richard's coming back. Flash your wheels slightly. That's good defending, I think, from Richard there. Good banging of wheels, but clean racing. Can he get the move done again, though, Mark, on F1 Richard? He's defending like crazy, Richard. Which way is he going to go, Tinas? Down the inside, maybe? No, he backs out of it. So I thought Tinas had got the move done, but that's really good defending from Richard in that Williams.
Yeah, F1 Richard is really good there. I thought Tinas would just fly by and say thank you, and I will catch Bruce Lee Harding there. But some good defending and some nice wheel banging, which is always good to see. Emke is not his race. I'm afraid again, 3 seconds time penalty in P13. It's the qualifying pace is there, but the consistency in the race, he really needs to work on that, I think. Tinas into the pits again. I think he must have had some damage then, or is he going to the soft for his pit strategy? Maybe he just goes to the soft for his last stint. And I tell you what, if there is a safety car right now, he will be laughing.
That's strange though, don't you not think? Because Stephen now, who was behind him and comfortably behind him, is now ahead of him, and Tinus has lost that 6-second gap over Stephen comfortably. So he's now coming out 7.5 seconds behind Stephen. Yes, granted, Stephen is on the set of hard tyres, but this is I'd say a big ask for Tinus, not only to remove that 7 seconds, but then to gain more time over Stephen.
I'm sorry there, I think I saw some contact between the Williams of F1 Richard and Bruce Lee Harding there. I'm not completely sure what happened there because I'm looking at beautiful trees at the moment. Yeah, there we are again. F1 Richard in the Williams, he is trying to pass Bruce Lee Harding, but he just couldn't get the move done under the DRS, but he will be trying to get as close as possible in sector 3 into the tricky braking zone, and he can see the red light flashing on the Alpine in front of him. And yeah, that's just a sign for him to get his elbows out, because the red light flashing means Bruce Lee Harding is low on energy, is low on ERS, and F1 Richard, as we can see, has plenty to use. He's on, if I'm correct, is on 40%. So he will, I think, Bruce Lee Harding will be a sitting duck on the straight if F1 Richard can keep it together. Well, there's a yellow in sector 1 and sector 2. Not completely sure who caused that, but let's see what F1 Richard can do right now. And Joe, what happened to Louis? Well, Rance just beat me to it. He just retired. It's I think Red Bull was out of new front wings, to be fair. But yeah, it's unfortunate for Louis. Let's see, can F1 Richard get the move done? He is following Bruce Lee Harding. He can see the red light popping up. He is not using any ERS. He is closing in. I think he will wait for the second DRS straight. And indeed, that's exactly what he is doing. He is looking for a good exit now. And he is getting the good exit. Used a little bit of overtake on the exit there. But will it be enough? I don't think it will be. He is really saving his ERS. And it looks to me as a choice to not overtake Bruce Lee Harding. I think Richard could have got the move done earlier. But yeah, that's some interesting tactics. Maybe he doesn't feel he's got the pace to drive away.
Mark, Whale, our race leader is in the pit. He was 15 seconds ahead of JP. He's into the pits for a set of soft tyres. He will relinquish the lead, but you can imagine if he was as mighty on those medium tyres as he was, how quick do you think he's going to be on these soft tyres? Where is he going to bring him out? David 46 will take second place, will he? Oh, that's tight. David 40, he just comes out ahead of David 46, so David will be wants to try and hang on to Whale for as long as possible, but I can imagine that's not going to last long. Whale slots back in second place. He's got 3 seconds worth of time penalties, I would have to say as well, Whale. So he's 2.5 seconds behind JP with 3 seconds on a set of soft tyres, and he's already flying.
Oh my god, yeah, I think Whale, there's only a 2-second gap now to P1. This might be a bold prediction, but I think he will be overtaking him in lap 21. If he can keep it clean, of course, because the advantage in tyre is so big for Will right now in P2.
Talking of tyre advantage, Mark, Tinus has made those soft tyres work. He's caught and overtaken Stephen on those hard tyres within, what, just under 2 laps. Remember when I said he was 7.5 seconds behind Stephen? It just shows you really the pace Stephen's got right now, because Tinus has not only caught Stephen but passed him, and now pretty much put a 1 second gap over the McLaren. So yeah, those hard tyres really not working for Stephen. Tinus back up into 7th place.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is, I thought, same as some guys in the chat, maybe Will did this to get the fastest lap, but he already got the fastest lap. So it's kind of surprising to me why he did a pit stop, but he is already full on the back of JP, and he tries to get a move done in turn 3. What a move that was. Epic move from Will, and that's brutal because I think JP, he will get the DRS. So Will is just showing, like, hey, I know I'm giving you the DRS, but you won't be catching them. So, yeah, Will is driving away. The gap is already up to 7 tenths.
I just sorry to interrupt, Mark. Towley has had an issue somewhere, I believe. Yeah, he's lost a complete front wing. Towley having a great race. He'd overtaken F1 Richard. He was up, I think, into P5. Tinas has now overtaken him. Towley's got no front wing. He had an incident somewhere around turn 3. I've just seen him slowly crawling back onto the track, and now, unfortunately, Towley's going to have to pit, and it's a really long road back as O'Stephen now overtakes him into 6th place. So yeah, desperately looking for Towley because he'd had a good race up until that point and was going to score some good points.
Yeah, I believe Towley unfortunately lost it in turn 3 in the right-hander. That's where I saw his little thing on the mini map. I think he lost it there. So yeah, that's unfortunate for him. You know what? Emke is getting the fastest lap on the medium tires. That's interesting. I think Will won't be too happy with that. He will be going for it. He will be going for the fastest lap. There's only a couple of laps to go. He's got the fresh soft tires. But we see a lot of pit stops at the end.
Yeah. JPH is now pitted from 4th place, and that's now promoting Tinas. And could this play into the hands of Tinas, you know, because if he could bridge a gap here, Tinas might have an opportunity to score some really good points here. And you spoke about O'Stephen earlier, didn't you, Mark? How he was nowhere and then he just appears. Look where O'Stephen is now, P5.
Yeah, he is doing this every race for me, I think. It's he's in P5, so that's really good. Good to see him proving me wrong week after week. so that's good. Yeah, I think the biggest winner so far has got to be Tinas. Tinas got 6 seconds of penalties, and he's got O'Stephen behind him, who also has 3 seconds. So Tinas just needs to get his right foot down, and he might be looking at a P4 finish. Some laps ago I said I thought the highest possible for him was P8, but people are proving me wrong the whole evening, and I love it. So let's go. JPH, get the move done on O'Stephen. He's back into P5, and there we go. Will, the Williams driver, got the fastest lap he was chasing after. So yeah, I don't think anyone will be getting close to that lap time.
What do you think, Mark? JPH has now overtaken O'Stephen, with Brucey Harding pretty much having to push O'Stephen around these corners. O'Stephen's that slow through the hotel section here. Brucey Harding will be very frustrated, losing touch to his teammates. So JPH now 8.5 seconds behind Tinas. We're coming up to, what is it, 4 laps to go. Can JPH get that down to less than 6 seconds? Because if he can, that 4th place is his again. But it's going to be a big ask, isn't it? 8.5 seconds. Tinas is lapping pretty well at the moment. This could really work out well for him. Brucey Harding must be pulling his hair out stuck behind that McLaren right now. McLaren clearly is much slower than Brucey Harding on those soft tyres. And Brucey Harding has lost pretty much 3 seconds to his teammate, because O'Stephen is pretty much a mobile chicane right now, and you imagine Brucey Harding should have no issues now overtaking O'Stephen here. DRS wing wide open. Here comes Brucey Harding. Rear wing wide open, and the move is done. But what that has done, Mark, is brought F1 Richard back into contention with Brucey Harding, because he was stuck for so long behind that McLaren.
yeah, indeed, F1 Richard. He will get the move done on the next DRS race. So O'Stephen is losing 2 positions, I think, on 2 straight. But he is fighting back. No, I think F1 Richard just backs out of this move. Ooh, O'Stephen had a bit of a rough exit there. He hit the high curb, but he has kept his car into P7 as it stands. But his 16 laps old hards, I don't think he will stand a chance against F1 Richard with 1 lap old soft tires. So I think it's just a matter of time. And what is interesting as well to keep an eye on the gap between JPH and Tinus. Tinus got 6 seconds of penalties. The gap between JPH and Tinus is 8 at the moment. But yeah, the tires of Tinus only 5 laps old. I think if he can stay consistent, P4 is his. And that will be a mega result after this start. And look who's back. Of course, Messi just joined. He just done the qualifying. And he is back for the finish. MK, another 3-second time penalty. Yeah.
Stephen once again proving to be a mobile chicane. F1 Richard, I said he was closer to the back of Bruce Lee Harding. Well, Stephen has done to F1 Richard what he did to Bruce Lee Harding. We've got a yellow flag. Michael Lutke has lost it again. He's this time at turn 3, unfortunately for Michael Lutke. F1 Richard, is he going to get the move done? Stephen not really giving it up, but nothing Stephen can do about that. Hard, very old hard tyres versus brand new soft tyres. It's no real contest, is there, Mark? And F1 Richard up into 7th place.
Yeah, there's nothing he could do, I'm afraid. So yeah, let's see. Can F1 Richard close up to Bruce Lee Harding in P6? He's got something to do then, because he's only got 3 laps to get it done. But yeah, let's see. Saudi is following Michael Lutke pretty close as well for the last point for tonight, P10. And he's got the better tires, only 1 lap old soft, and he is closing up insanely because Michael, he's got the wing damage picked up earlier. But yeah, that's the move done and dusted for Tauri into P10. He will get the final point as it stands. So far, I think, yeah, the fastest lap of wheel is insanely fast compared to all the others. So he will be really happy with that.
What do you think, Mark? Can JPH in 5th place get Tinus? He's got it down to 7.6 seconds. He just needs to find 1.6 seconds. Oh no!
That's
mega curse there.
Yeah.
I apologise, JPH, and that, I think, Mark, may have sealed 4th place for Tinus. And if that is the case, I'd have to say, apart from Wales being driver of the day, that is a mega result from Tinus after how it started for him.
Definitely, and meanwhile, unfortunately, Stephen has spun out, entering the 2nd DRS straight. I think he lost the traction. Yeah, it's unfortunate for him, P8, but the gap to P9 is pretty big, so he shouldn't have to worry about that. But is there any damage on his car? I don't think there is. But yeah, oh no. Tinus 3 seconds again. That will make it 9, if I am correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, 9 seconds of penalty for Tinus, and the gap, you got an 11-second gap.
He's lucky, isn't he, Tinus, that JPH had that minor issue, because otherwise 4th place would be getting thrown in. He needs to just watch his driving now. He doesn't want to be drifting wide anymore and pick up any more penalties, because he's pushing his luck somewhat now. He's in 4th place and it's in his hands. He don't want to give away too many more penalties, so he'll be hoping to hold on for these last few laps.
Definitely, and JPH, he knows about the penalty situation, so this will motivate him even more to get it done. So yeah,
I'm just looking at the gap at the top, Mark. Whale could, if he really wanted to, come in and pit again and probably be able to come back out. He's got and he is. Wales coming into the pits again.
For real?
With 2 laps to go. Yeah.
God.
Whale is into the pits. He's got a 20-second gap to JP. Now, I don't know the pit stop time. I assume it's around 18-20 seconds. Whale has only got 2 laps left. He's putting on another brand new set of soft tyres. And yeah, I think he will be comfortably out ahead of JP, because JP is coming across the start-finish line now. Wales going under the bridge. This is going to be interesting, Mark. I think Wales has the pace anyway, but you remember Wales got that 3 seconds. Yeah, he's comfortably ahead of JP, and JP probably a bit surprised to see the Williams ahead of him.
Yeah, definitely. But he's got the 3-second penalty. So just imagine if he picks up another time penalty in the, well, maybe in this lap or in the last lap, and loses his win because of this stop, which was absolutely not necessary, because he didn't have any damage. His tires should have been okay. I cannot imagine why he would have pitted. This is just showing how much faster he is this race. And well, I think that's pretty clear to see. Will, he's got the point, the pace, and yeah, the gap is already 3.8 seconds to JP on 20 laps old mediums.
Oh, what's going off there? Sorry. Tinas has just smacked the wall on the second DRS straight, and thankfully he's not got any wing damage. But what it has done is he's lost a heap load of time to JPH behind. He needs to cover 9 seconds to JPH, and look at that, it's down to 9.8 now, 9.7. Tinas really needs to watch what he's doing here. His concentration levels need to be at the maximum. Last lap he's going to hold on to 4th place. Yeah. I really don't understand what happened there. He was just going down that second DRS straight, and he clipped the left-hand side wall. Thankfully, no damage, but yeah, JPH will be pushing as hard as he can now for this final lap.
Yeah, he's just got 6 tenths clear of JPH. In the final lap, JPH will give it everything this lap. Same for Tinas, of course. But yeah, and Joe, his quality time was a 35.4, mate, and compared to the I believe I said it would be P4 in the equal F1 on Monday, so that time was really good.
Questions quickly, Mark. What has happened to David 46? Tinas is in 3 tenths behind David 46.
What is happening here?
Is David 46 made a mistake? So Tinas obviously has got all those penalties, but Tinas is about to take David 46 for 3rd place here. And there you go, Tinas down the inside, and it's easy as anything, and Tinas into 3rd place. I did not see where David 46 has had an issue or what, I do not know, but weirdly David 46 has dropped down to 4th place. He should, here he comes back with the DRS, maybe get a position back, but he should hold on to 3rd place. Here comes David 46. Team's not giving it up, but just to go back to Wales, he's coming through the hotel section now. What a race it has been. He's been able to hit as much as he likes. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, and he is trying to get the fastest lap on the final lap. Can he do it? The gap 11 seconds to JP, and he does it the fastest lap in the final lap. That's insane. Congrats to Wales. This was a brilliant race for him. He is showing his really good pace. JP in P2, he is really happy, I think, with the 2nd place. Tinas, he will be crossing the line in P3, but David has lost a lot of time, but he will get the final podium position because of the time penalty from Tinas, and JPH got Tinas in the end.
Oh, he did. Oh, wow.
So he made a sick, I think maybe because of the battle Tinas had with David 40. Bruce Lee Harding in P6, F1 Richard P7. Oh, Steven just done the hotel section. He is going to cross the line and take home P8. He has the time penalties. It's only 3 seconds, so he will stay in P8. Then we got Cos Messi. His car is ghosting. He will be crossing the line in P9, but I don't think that will be count as an official result because he didn't drive for the whole race, if I'm correct. SMP legendary, the AlphaTauri driver in P11. He is crossing the line right now, and then we will need to wait a couple of seconds for Michael Lutke takes home P12. And of course MQ was already a lap down, so this is the race result. What a race we saw. And yeah, Jolly was disqualified, Joe. The game said he was blocking the pit entry, so that's really unfortunate for Jolly there. looking at the podiums, that's a funny dance there for the Williams driver. For Will, he takes home the win. That's a 100% win rate for Will in the Invictus Racing League. That's really good, and well, good to see his pace there. So let's go on to the standings of this race. Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, Will takes the win in front of JP. David Forty completes the podium. JPH in P4. P5 is for Tinas. After the tricky start, he did quite of a recovery drive. Bruce Lee Hard in P6. Evan Richard P7. O. Steven finishes in P8 on his hard tires. Saudi finishes on the podium last week, but only get into the points. P9 at Abu Dhabi. Cosmesi is classified as P10, but we need to look into that because his car was driving around SAI. Legendary P11, he might be lucky to get the last point because of the Cosmesi thing. Michael Lutke P12 and MK was a lap down in P13. And unfortunately, we also seen some DNFs from Louis Jolly, who was disqualified, and Suspert, who had some technical issues. What a race, Adam! And I think we got the first podium finishes in the chat.
Yes, we have. All three guys are with us. What a race it was, and we'll start off with tonight's race, Victor and debut. What a debut, a fantastic qualifying from yourself, and it looked pretty comfortable out there. You even managed to get in one last pit stop right at the end to take an even faster lap at the end. How was your first race tonight? Was it as comfortable as it looked?
It was, but the first in particular, right at the end, I was sliding quite a lot, so that's one of the reasons I pitted. I was quite lucky to get ahead of the Ferrari, and then right at the end, I thought I might as well go for another fastest lap just to see how much I can do.
Yeah, and you certainly proved it. We didn't get to see much of you, I'll be honest with you, during tonight's race with how much was going on behind you, but what a drive from yourself. Absolutely fantastic, and welcome to Invictus, and you certainly proved yourself tonight with your pace. I think everybody in F3 will certainly be keeping a close eye on you next week, so big congratulations to you. I will move over to second place, JP. Congratulations on the second place there. It looked a bit tricky early on, but you managed to get yourself into second place, and then from then on, it looked like a bit of a lonely race. You wasn't really in touch with first, but David 46 just behind wasn't really closing either. Was it just a case of making sure you didn't make any mistakes or pick up any penalties?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it was. I just kind of it was very lonely there in P2, just running my own race, really making sure to minimize mistakes and penalties, and luckily I did that. I didn't get to see much of Whale either. Yeah, he was just so quick. Fair play to him. So yeah, no, it was a good race, a good result for myself as well.
Yeah, that was a solid P2 for you. Congratulations on that. And we'll move over to what seems to be a regular in the comms box these days. David is here once again in third place. Can I just ask you, what happened towards the end there? Because I didn't quite... You had a gap over Tinas, and then next moment, Tinas is overtaking you.
Yeah, so it was just basically I was just running out of tyres. I mean, fair play to JP. I mean, I tried in the thing, kind of it was an early safety car. So kind of in the first 3 or 4 or 5 laps of the safety car, I kind of sat back trying to keep hold of some tyres because I thought they were going to be a struggle towards the end. But yeah, they managed to just kind of peg him at the same pace, and then towards the end he was moving away. So I was just couldn't catch him. Then he was spot on tonight, and then I spotted that Tina's had a 6-second, so I thought I've got plenty in the bag here. So just didn't want to be touching curbs, didn't want to touch the dreaded turn 4, and then just totally ran out of tyres on the last lap. But luckily he had 9 seconds. So yeah, like I said last week, it's just about podiums from here. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. And well done to Ellis. Yeah, that was unbelievable pace. So yeah, got a good race, another good result.
Yeah, and like you say, just keep those podiums coming in and focus on the championship. You've done exactly what you needed to do tonight, so congratulations there. We'll move back on to our race winner. We're heading over to COTA next week in the United States, Circuit of the Americas. Are we going to see more of the same again next week? Is he still there?
I think he is, but maybe he's got his mic on mute.
I'll move over to second place and ask the second place. JP, I'll move over to you. It's what is COTA like for you? Are you looking to try and do similar again this week? Is it a track you favour?
Not particularly, no. I think it might be damage limitation in that one. I haven't raced on that track for a good while now, and last time I did it didn't end well, so I think damage limitation.
Well, hopefully, you get some luck along the way. And Mark, unfortunately, we didn't get to hear from our first place over COTA, but overall, apart from that one minor at the end in the comms box, he was faultless tonight, wasn't he?
Yeah, definitely. Will just nailed it today, and his pace was incredibly good. And yeah, it will be interesting to see what Will and, of course, also the other drivers can do around COTA next week. Congrats to the podium this week, this round. It was impressive driving from all of you. And yeah, I'm really looking forward for next week. Circus of the Americas. It's one of my personal favorites. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to see what the guys can bring. And yeah, let's see. It was an epic race today. And thank you for everyone who was watching tonight. And if you like what you've seen, please leave a like, leave a subscribe, because there's plenty more to come. And starting tomorrow with the Realistic Performance League. So please join in if you can and watch this race. Myself and Ellen will be driving as well. So make sure to tune in, leave a like and subscribe. And this was the PlayStation F3 League, brought to you in partnership with Nilcode Hall, Gridfinder.com and Driver61. Take care.